but it's wordy and hard to read. It undermines the writer's message, and the word choice is bland. Grammarly's cutting-edge technology helps.
Franzese. That's him.
Oh, that's it.
All I can think about is doing a couple.
I think, you know what I think about? I think about our dads. Our dads were in the club with the shit playing, dog. They was not, they was up to no good.
With their taco meat pumping.
Yeah, they was like, I'm in here to get it the fuck done.
Yeah, got my Rayon shirt on. Only 2 buttons buttoned up. In my process.
Shit crazy. So I met a woman. Put out these fires in my soul. It's burning in my soul. Okay. Pulled out the garage. Couldn't nobody stop me, dog. Nobody tell me shit. Only this girl can put up this fire in my soul. Okay? I'm horny as fuck. Only you can stop this shit. You know? Oh, wow. Why? Lyrics of the song, dog. You gonna be like, God damn. Like, she gonna be surprised. Only me? Only I can put out these fires? Can't help but the mood of this shit, right?
Made from soul. That's what it was made with the soul. And a lot of drugs.
Basically, what the lyrics are saying is I was sitting at home horny as fuck, and I called this chick up and told her, hey, I got a situation that only you can help.
Come on, put this fire out in my soul.
When he say these fire, I be like, that sounds nasty as hell. Only you can put out these fire.
These fire.
Burning in my soul. Oh, it's burning in your soul? Oh shit, oh, only me? I can help it out.
You can't believe it.
You can't believe it.
She get me on my good love. She said, take it.
Probably
Take it.
Oh, copyright for this shit. This shit is fucking hot though. Been playing this shit all week though.
Suddenly my woman was in my arms, in my home. She was loving
Imagine our fathers up in
65
girls, whatever, sitting there. Okay,
Are you sure? She was putting
was that just Michael Jackson? Or
fire, money in
They
my
was in the
soul.
really score tonight. And this shit was playing in the background.
My street.
And they used to buy that shit. Put out this fire, burning in my soul.
You know I can do without it.
If y'all see this man,
He was on his way when he took that picture. He's like, this is what happened. Steve Monite. If y'all don't get up on 80s, 70s, Nigerian disco, you don't know what the fuck you doing
I
now.
had it at last.
Alright, this shit give you power
She couldn't do without it.
in your soul. Burning in your soul. Y'all gonna have to get down with that on y'all own though. Alright, what's up? It's BlackMenVentTV once again this week. What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing, man? What's up? We got Big Country in the house.
yes, thank God for this
We got
short
Mr.
week.
Legend.
Needed this short week.
Hell yeah. Hey, I was saying to Quest and you earlier, thank God for Mr. Weekend and his family for giving us 2 days off of the bullshit, dog. Because goddamn, that shit don't stop.
I think we should be only allowed to work I think we should all have 3-day weekends. No, we shouldn't be allowed to work no more than 35 to 30 hours.
Really though.
I think that is somebody should put that in stone.
Man, yo, you know, because even though we had a short week this week, shit pops up. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with humans where they can't just coexist and be true. Like,
Man, sift through the bullshit.
that's easy for you to say because you have experience. We have experience.
Sift through the bullshit. When there's here, the Virginia shooting. I didn't look at it because people get down on me when things like this happen because I always pull it apart.
What happened?
Like I didn't look at it. The last shooting,
12 dead? That must have just happened.
it was 3 days ago. But the last shooting that happened before this was at a school, and they were showing aerial footage of some, and it was reported that some man with an automatic rifle went into this school, and
Wow.
I had people at work was like, "Oh my God," and I was like, "That's fake, y'all," and they were like, "Oh, you one of them people?" I said, "No." I said, "Look at the television. All the police is in one spot. When there's a gun threat, they surround the area. It was all the police was chilling in the front eating donuts, and they had one driveway cut off. The whole school, the rest of the school was open to do whatever the hell you wanted to do because they didn't find the man, they didn't find nobody, until the search and seizure is done. The whole school is surrounded, but all the cops were in the front of the school. Sift through the bullshit, man. It's super simple. Now, this thing that happened in Virginia, I haven't even looked at it yet, but I'm pretty sure all the cops are in one area and they're not surrounding the place like they should be, normal, police behavior.
I know that it is, and thank you, X, for bringing that up, man. Yeah, it's still developing at this point. You know what I'm saying? I just want to bring up some tangent. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, everybody. First of all, Wade, Tanner. Who else up in the house, man? Fun. Always up in there. Wade. Yeah, that's what's up. We got the crew up in here. That's what's up. But my thing is, I understand the conspiracy theory around it, but also I remember reading in 2003, John Titor, where he was like, this is when school shootings and mass shootings weren't popular. It happened like once or twice a year, and people were like, wow, oh my God, somebody snapped out. And John Titor, I always bring this up. Nobody pays me any attention when I talk about
who John Titor is.
Okay,
a lot of people probably don't remember or know.
John Titor was this guy who came onto message boards back in 2001 saying that he was from the future. Of course, nobody believed his ass, but he kept posting shit that made people say, You know what I'm saying? Not only did he post the blueprint to his time machine, and not only did he explain exactly why the fuck he was here and the science behind time travel and what CERN was doing to create time travel back in 2001, a lot of people did not realize who the fuck CERN was until recently.
I didn't.
With the Mandela effect. You know what I'm saying? Google that if you don't know what the fuck that is. But me, when it comes to conspiracy theories or whatever, I like to look at all the facts. I do not like to deny any of them because I don't want to look stupid as fuck. But I take everything into consideration. So that's the same thing when I looked at John Titor. And John Titor was like, yo, CERN created time travel and blah, blah, blah by creating black holes with the Hadron Collider. The Hadron, when he said this, the Hadron Collider was just being blueprinted. Okay, now we know for fact that the Hadron Collider is creating black holes
in full effect. Yep.
Or event horizons, tiny black holes the size of quarters, by smashing particles together at the speed of light. You know what I'm saying? They just found the Higgs boson or the God particle recently. You know what I'm saying? Which is what they believe is the building blocks of reality, basically. And I said all of that, and we said all of that just to give you a background of John Titor said that he comes from the future because he needed to get some type of technology. I think it was IBM, some type of IBM code or something like that from a specific time period. And what this guy said was that there's no way that you can travel back in time to your own time. You can only jump dimensions. And dimensions are like guitar strings. They're right next to each other. He also explained that because they're right next to each other, the further you want to go back in time, the further the guitar strings that you have to go. And the further you go back in time, the more that it will differentiate from your own time.
Which
So,
makes sense.
if you want to go back 10 years, you might have seen that game winning shot Brick, and that game didn't win. You might go back 20 years and Trump didn't win, Hillary won. You know what I'm saying? You might go back 50 years and Martin Luther King did not get shot in this dimension. You know what I'm saying? That's how you explain that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, if you read this shit initially, you're like, yo, this shit sound crazy. This shit sound like science fiction. I don't believe it. But, and this is how I took it. I was like, okay, I wasted a day or two at work reading this shit. And it is right up my alley. I like science fiction and all that shit. But I don't believe it, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. But then when you see, when John Titor says certain things like, first you'll see mass shootings and you'll think it's random. But then you'll start to notice that there's a pattern to it. But then you'll start to notice that this is the beginning of the next civil war. But then you'll start to notice that when that civil war jumps off, you hear about it now, but you don't know what side you're on until the shit jumps off.
Yeah.
So when we see these mass shootings go off and all that shit, I'm like, So when you start hearing rumors and rumors of war and wondering what side you'll be on, how would I know automatically when this shit jumps off? Goddamn.
Absolutely.
How would I know? You know what I'm saying? So
All the
when you
tan
start
people will be
seeing
butted up.
rumors and rumors of war, when you start seeing stuff like these mass shootings in the school, when you start seeing the things that John Titor, when he was like, people were asking him questions, shit started coming true. He said that America would get into a civil war. How would you know? You'll know exactly what side you're on when the shit jumps off. They asked him how. He's like, look at the last election map. So now we're here in 2019, which is not his timeline, which he visited. So, you know, it might have kicked off in 2018 for him, but it's going to kick off in 2020 for us. Doesn't matter. You know, it could all be entertainment, but when shit starts falling into place like he said, when you start having, this is what he said. He said China, Russia started backing our side in the Civil War because America had gotten into this beast that was getting international attention, making waves. We're making waves. We have tariffs with China. We have tariffs. Trump just put some tariffs on Mexico. These are like the two main people that give us all of our fucking goods.
Yep.
There's nothing that's not nailed down that's not made in China. They are making cars. They just put factories in Mexico to take care, to take advantage of the labor. You know what I'm saying?
The labor cost.
It's just all falling apart, and I'm just like, And the main thing he had to say versus his reality and our reality is that he could not believe how disgusting we were in those last days.
I can't believe it now. It's hard for me to walk down the street and see people of the tan persuasion behaving and dressed in a certain manner. I grew up in the hood and, dress a certain type of way. I get it. But there's a whole bunch of things, atrocities going on that I'll be wondering, like, is somebody gonna chime in and be like, okay, we can't dress stereotypical to give these people a reason to shoot us and kill us, um, because that's what they're going off of. They're going off the stereotypes because there's a lot
Roger
of
that. We got to turn
great.
it up.
There's a great deal of white community that all they see from the tan community, that's black people and the Latin community. Don't leave the Latin community out. All they see is the violence what news puts on. So and the image that they show is always some hoodied up, tattoos on the face, neck, and some type of dude. And anytime one of these dudes gets shot, they doing something. They look like the dude. I was scared coming to Legends a couple weeks ago, hoodied up. I was like, I'm not gonna wear this hoodie. I live in the burbs. I grew up in the city. I don't want to come back and live in the city. But I was coming to Legends house. I was like, I'm nervous. That's the first time I've been nervous in a long time. I was telling him earlier I had on all black. I had my Ghostface hoodie on. I ain't never wore it. I was like, let me wear my hoodie today. And I was nervous until I got in the building, because if a police, call come out, it's always going to be somebody in a black hoodie. And I'm like, okay, I'm a black man in a black hoodie. And they freeze, there's a black dude in a black. And, then next thing you know, I'm dead. And then somebody's, the Black Lives Matter movement that started in Australia
Oh my God.
will be up here
Marching
on my behalf.
I'll be in a casket trying to lean to the stop, y'all. Stop. Y'all fucking it up, man. I mean, I appreciate people doing things,
Yeah.
for the reason, because nobody should be getting killed over bullshit.
Absolutely.
I don't give a fuck what color you are, who you are, whatever. You should not be afraid to wear an article of clothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then when these clowns get involved, it kind of just dissipates. Kind of just, they're like, oh, Black Lives Matter is in it? Okay, yeah, they're fucking stupid. So, anyway, let's go. Big country, let them rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, hell no, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, we were talking earlier about why that is. Okay? Like I said, we didn't finish talking about it, but I'm like, why is America so afraid of black men wearing hoodies?
It's the image that's portrayed.
Right.
And
Nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to
white
say
kids,
that.
White kids been wearing hoodies since the beginning of time. It's just the image that is presented to everybody when it comes to the black and Latin community. When the criminal come, he's going to be hoodied up, to try to protect his identity or whatever the hell, and he's going to do this crime. And if you look at it, majority of them, Trayvon, the dude that got shot here, that the cop went to trial for, he had a hoodie on. It's always somebody hoodied up, looking a certain type of way, and they, whatever act happens, it happens. And I try real hard, because it's a battle for me, because I am a hip hop head. I know how to tie a tie. I have suits. A lot of people don't have suits. A lot of black men and they don't have suits, and they don't plan on ever getting a suit. I have suits. I know how to tie a tie. I know how to, dress accordingly for whatever is required. Yeah. But I'm not never gonna throw my Timberlands away for some Steve Maddens or some Aldos, or Stacey Adams. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. I got 2 pair of Stacey Adams. It's probably not gonna go past the 2. I got black pair and a brown pair. I can mix and match. But it's hard for me, because the culture of hip hop, where we grew up at, and a lot of fellas here grew up at, it was a movement when it started. And that hit home with me, and it's gonna stay with me until I die. It's gonna stay with me, and I look at a lot of like Rakim. If y'all ever see any recent videos of Rakim, dude, I just be like, this dude, he's way older than me, and he still dresses street
Baggy.
Yeah, baggy. He no skinny jean, Arizona. He he don't do none of that. And have his chain on every now and again or whatever. And he's a very intelligent dude. His father was a what do you call it?
Professor?
No, he fixed airplanes. What do you aviation?
A jihadi?
He fixed airplanes. So he got into that stuff, and he used to try to teach him, and so a lot of his knowledge came from from places that a lot of people wouldn't believe. Like people like Kanye. That dude didn't, he Kanye, Ice Cube. If you look up Ice Cube, he went to some accredited whatever the hell. A lot of there's some smart people out here that came from some backgrounds that you wouldn't believe, and they just the culture just grabbed them because it meant something back then. It was to try to help protect us from bullshit, and we made our ways through a lot of stuff through music and the culture that we created, and the shit is damaged now and broken with people. They don't respect it, and there's been this battle between all these young artists talking about, oh, the old dudes just hating on us. Nah, you don't understand this culture of this music. People singing hymns to try to get off their mind that they just watched their mother get raped, by the slave master or whatever anything. All this stuff, this music, it has power in it, and it got us black people in the Latin community through a whole bunch of hard times during slavery, and people are treating it like shit. And I can't even put a hoodie on now as a black dude and be able to walk down the street in Chicago without being in fear of my life, because if you come to Chicago and you ain't never been to Chicago and you got a hoodie on, you better be with like 40 white people.
Yeah. There's a bunch of stigma with a hoodie.
My bad. Yeah, we straight.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stigma that comes with a hoodie. Mainly because a lot of grimy people adopted that as their way of concealing their identity before they do crime and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Nobody talks about this part. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see a dude coming down the street in a hoodie. How do you know he's not on that bullshit? You don't.
You don't.
You just have to go. And then with the media pumping, like, not only the media, but our own music videos, our own personal black entertainment, where people who feel like, I talk to a lot of people who feel like they have to act tough in order for nobody to fuck with them. So they adopt this criminal way of life, not way of life, but this criminal
it's a mindset.
Identity. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of black people, I know a lot of black people that try to act hard, try to play hard, simply because they don't want to be victimized. You know what I'm saying? So, I've seen a lot of other people in hoodies, but you've never seen those other people in videos, in music rap videos, talking about how they kill their own, or you don't see them in. Have you ever seen a Chicago drill music video with 40 goons holding guns to the camera? Like, if you know anything about gun safety,
right?
That's just one thing you
no
don't
bueno.
do is
no
point
bueno.
guns at anybody. I don't give a fuck if
And
it's
them
loaded or not.
motherfuckers be loaded.
Number one, no, hell yeah, they don't have no. They have no discipline in that house.
Because they don't know.
Mama at work.
I can't remember who the rapper was, but he was shooting a video under a viaduct.
Yes,
and
they shot him.
They came by dumping on him. They got him, and they hit him a couple of times. I don't know if he made it or not. I don't.
I forgot who that was. It was like a light skinned folks nigga.
I can't remember, but this is what I did want to say.
And they kept shooting the video.
I find it really hard to have sympathy for.
Thank you. Say that because I was going there.
For black men or Latin men that behave in this manner, because it's so much stuff that we have now between education, technology. It's so much stuff.
You should know better.
we don't have to behave a certain type of way and toting guns and all that stuff. You know, you should be toting a fountain pen, signing checks or whatever the hell you should be doing. But we shouldn't have. And but I just don't feel sorry for. And I grew up in the shit. You know, don't get me wrong. A lot of fellas grew up in the shit. At some point in time, you got to take responsibility for what it is that you do and how you carry yourself. And you know, I try to make sure I carry myself.
When is that, and who triggers that shit?
What you mean?
Like when? Okay, people grow up. Like we kind of grew up. Okay, I was about to use us as an example, but we still learning, folks. You know, we're not perfect. But here's the thing, though. I know a couple people who have not made that transition, only because they have no motivation to make that transition,
right?
And that keys on what you hold important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you are knee deep, chin deep in black culture, you know that black women like thugs. They like tough guys, bad guys, edgy guys. You know what I'm saying? So at what point do you say, hey, I'm better than that, so I'm going to go the intelligent route, the education route, okay, and say that I'm done with the bullshit. I'm not going to jail for some shit that don't matter no more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when do you get that? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I got it early because I just.
How did you get it, dude?
I saw a lot of friends going to jail and getting shot. Some of them was coming, you know, back from the getting shot, and then they was, you know, trying to be a superhero in their life. But my thing is, I'm like, I just shot. That hurts. And I don't say that because just by looking, I was shot in the ankle. I would show y'all, but I was shot in the ankle with somebody that used to bully me. When I figured out my size, and I was like, oh, I got the upper hand in this. And we ran into each other later on in life, and some shit popped off. And some shit popped off. I ain't gonna say no more. But I was like, this ain't it. This is not it. Pain and suffering for, I don't know, for sport or for conversation or for bragging or for whatever, that ain't the shit. It's just not. It's just not. And then us as black people, we need, in the black community, we need to understand that basically everything that created civilization came through us. You know, the white people that came over here, they ain't no education, no nothing. So suits.
They know how to sail a
suits.
Ship. They knew how to get across.
Healing.
That's about it.
Healing. That came from us.
All of that. All the major shit about corn.
All the major everything came from us. They came over here, and they were some. If you go in the Appalachian Mountains, you will see a good example of the settler,
white Nubians,
the white Nubians that came to this country, and they.
I swear to God, if you put the hood in Appalachia, I think America will change, because we'll see how much poor shit. Like, when people are poor, they figure shit out.
Yep.
And you will understand that the only thing between people in the Appalachians and the south side of Chicago is their skin tone.
Yep.
They was like, yo, hey, we ain't got no gas, so we going to be cooking grilled cheese on this iron.
Yep.
And they gonna be like, we going to be like, oh, shit, y'all figure that shit out, too?
Y'all didn't have to go to jail to figure that out.
Hey, you know what? I put it on linen. What y'all do? But I mean, but with American culture, you know what I'm saying, especially in today's climate, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to get that point across right there.
Absolutely.
I mean, people without are basically people. It doesn't matter what color you are, and people are going to be without. You know what I'm saying? Like I had the pleasure today. We had a fire sprinkler inspector come through. Now, this dude came through with a gray and red beard, belly. Dude, you would have pegged him as Redneck City. You know what I'm saying? But I had him at my business. If y'all don't know, I do nonprofit. We help people find jobs in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And so he was running around my office looking at the sprinklers and shit. And then he was like, I got to ask. You know what I'm saying? Like, forgive me for being nosy. What do y'all do here? We get people jobs. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask welfare people to get off the couch and they don't have no skills. They don't see nobody. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go ahead and do a commercial for my company. But he was blown the fuck away. He was like, I think he turned into a Democrat on the spot. He was like, y'all doing this, y'all doing that, we smack dab in the middle of the south side of Chicago where people get killed at, where we hear on the news all the time. We hear, and he was like, this shit is amazing.
A lot of white people
Why don't we hear about this shit?
That's what I was just about to say. A lot of white people do not know that
and that's what he
black
said.
Organization exists.
That's what he said.
They live in a lot of white people live in I ain't gonna say predominantly white. They live in white communities, and all they see of black people is the fucking mannishness of what the hell the media shows. Because if y'all ain't figured it out yet, they don't really show too much positive shit about black people in the media. Period.
But I mean, let's be real as fuck then. Okay, positive shit does not get your attention.
Absolutely.
When you're scrolling on Facebook, do you go to the post where it says, man, a woman had a healthy baby today? You like, so what? Women have healthy babies all the time. But you do click on the shit where it says the woman taped the baby to a ceiling fan for 24 hours. They found her on Backpage. You know, they found the baby. And then that's when you get to realize that this internet shit is bullshit, dog.
Yeah.
Everybody who is not on social media, kudos to you. Because somebody posted that shit this week, and it turned out to be false. And then you got to ask yourself, why would somebody falsify this shit?
Yeah,
likes, hits.
Yeah, likes,
attention.
hits, attention, and then at the same time, they causing damage to the image of whomever, because white people keep their shit on the low. You don't never really hear about it until it's like a serial killer or some shit, or one of these kids that they say shot up a school. And you can plain as day see that the kid was, he got purple, pink hair. He always looking at the ground. He's getting beat at the crib, but they don't say that shit. He has psychological issues and woo 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 woo, and just like the opioid thing that they've been talking about all week.
Yeah.
And I've been cracking up laughing how they trying to make this. There's a law, these lawsuits. They trying to sue people and all this stuff, but nobody's trying to sue the government over marijuana or seatbelts or anything that you have to make a choice to use. And it was a tough battle this week because I've been talking about this heavily. You have to people, period, because the drugs are bad. You got to choose to use the drug. Just like food, we eat food, not a problem.
So time out. You say that shit. But a lot of people are like, yo, the CIA or whoever flooded the black community with drugs.
Absolutely.
And that's the reason why we fuck.
But
one of the reasons why we fucked up nowadays.
You still got to choose it.
Exactly.
It's just like eating.
I never understood that.
It's just like eating. People, Ayana, whatever, I can't never pronounce that lady name whenever she says, people, she comes up. But she was just talking to this woman, and the woman was constantly dating drug dealers. And she was like, asking the lady, like, you knowingly kept dating these drug dealers, pushing this poison.
Yeah, we posted that.
Pushing this poison. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that lady has a glass of wine. And most people, it's all about what's being pushed. Because alcohol kills way more people than weed does. Weed ain't never killed nobody. Weed ain't never killed nobody but Frito-Lay and Hershey's. And that's the only thing weed has killed. But it's a bunch of stuff out here that is being sold legally that causes harm to people. And they label it as such, however they feel. in order to make money. When you criminalize things, this has been documented. When you criminalize certain things, you make money. You're gonna take me to jail for not wearing a seatbelt that's gonna kill me, or you say this is gonna help save my. But it's if I got in health insurance or whatever, life insurance, this is my decision if I'm gonna die or not. It ain't got nothing to do with you, but you're gonna give me a ticket. People used to use
that dope, man.
I know it's all about the paper. People used to use heroin and coke recreationally. You used to be able to go to the local drugstore and get that shit over the counter. It's been criminalized now because people are like, okay, we can make bread off of this shit. Let's criminalize it. And now a lot of people, what they were fighting about early this week, oh, you can't make weed legal in Illinois because blah, blah, blah. The same fight.
That shit is done, though.
The same fight that was happening back in the day when they had McGruff the crime dog and all of that good shit and up with hope and down with dope shit.
Times are changing.
The same thing. And there's those old people that got it stuck in their head that it's a gateway drug, because that's what they preach. It's a gateway drug, gateway drug. Weed is a herb, if most people don't. It's a herb. You can smoke it, you can brew it, you can whatever, you can do whatever the hell you want to it. Just like, I don't know, the same shit you season your chicken with. That give you high cholesterol or
I don't know.
Get your sodium levels up. But that shit is cool. You know, people, my one boss, when I was the cable man, he used to be a cop. And he was giving his speech to everybody one morning, all the texts, and we don't want nobody with. I said, you drink beer? Yeah, I have a beer now. I said, so you know how many drunk drivers kill people? But you still drink beer because the law said it's legal.
I will, hit you in the head with another fact that drunk drivers don't really kill a lot of people. It's not really that big of a problem like drunk drivers and regular drivers killing motherfuckers.
Right.
It's not that damn far. But then if you factor in the law and how government works, like if we catch you with any type of alcohol in your breath, we get about 2,500 from you. And we know all of y'all is coming from the club on Friday and Saturday. So we going to make our quota. You know what I'm saying? But then when you start saying that, and then like in Illinois, like it passed in the House earlier this week, which is the legalization of recreational marijuana. And then the Senate,
I feel you on that, brother.
Then the Senate passed it early. But then what I noticed is that there is this slippery slope or this routine. You know what I'm saying, that they're doing. Like when you saw it go down in Denver, then you see it go down in other places. You see first they make it legally for medicinal purposes, and then they're able to get the dispensaries in there somewhere. And then they go ahead and advocate for recreational use. And oh look, the dispensaries are already here. Oh shit, all we gotta do is go over there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But what I like about Illinois and our new governor, because our old governor was bullshit, is that not only did he say we're going to legalize marijuana, but part of that money that we get from that, because Illinois is broke as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now. Like, really, you would
and
not
they
be
still behind. Cause
we're the number one state where people are leaving from because they got all these taxes and all these types of shit.
Pensions that ain't being paid to state employees because
all types of shit.
somebody dropped the ball. Somebody dropped the ball and let state employees, like, I guess, reapply 3 or 4 times. So, like, you do your dub, you do your 20, you retire, reapply for the job, get 75% of the same pay that you were getting, which will be, like, the street sanitation. I don't know the people, where you guys are from, if y'all are called street sanitation or whatever, but the people that handle garbage or whatever the hell, sweep and clean streets or whatever, here they make money. They make a lot of money. And I'm talking about like 6-figure money. And I'm just one guy. I was running managing one of the programs with Legends Company. He was off the job for, I don't know, 10 years or something like that. He sprained his ankle, and he was milking, because it's state. He was milking the fuck out of it, and he when he came back and he said he was cool to work and everything, they had been paying him the whole time 75% of his pay, which broke him down to about $78,000 or $82,000, something like that a year to drive around in the truck to say yes, no, maybe so. And he reapplied, so now he has another pension coming. So this is where we at, stuck paying all these goddamn pensions that they allowed these people to keep on, getting these jobs for, and we're broke.
I can't stand politicians, dude.
We're broke.
Because they'll make these deals that benefit them while they're in office, and then they get out of office.
Yeah, they don't
and
give
we're
a
left
fuck.
to deal with this
They
bullshit.
got their money. They don't care.
Yeah, but one of the things about them legalizing marijuana in Illinois, is that they have set aside some, and this is what I hit y'all on. Y'all thought I was fucking joking.
What?
They set aside some money. First of all, if you're gonna legalize marijuana here, you got to let everybody out of jail who went to jail for marijuana. All right? They already said they're gonna do that. That's what the governor said. On top of that, they were like, not only are we going to put this money that we get from weed into the schools, because they closed half of the schools
They're not
out
going to
here.
do it. That's what the lotto was supposed to be for.
Yeah, the lotto was giving into it too. But they said that a part of this money that they get from Bud, they're going to give it to minority dispensary people. I didn't say that right, but I don't know what it's called yet. So, but people who are not white, they're going to give some of the money that they get in order for them to start their own dispensaries. Okay? I took notice to that. And I wonder how many minorities have enough business sense to go ahead and run this right here like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
I had
Very interesting time.
I had told a couple of young dudes at the job that smoke heavily. I said, hey, man, y'all, trying to find a quick way to make a buck. I said, listen to me very carefully.
It's very hard.
I said,
to run a
all of that
business,
little money
any
that you
business.
you buying 3 5s 50 times out of the week. You buying 3 5s.
Hell yeah,
Take
X.
care. Slow the 3 5s down, and take a dub, just a dub, $20 a month, and invest in this weed because it's gonna pop.
So
and,
what you?
And then when the shit came on the news, Big Country, man, do you see that? I said, I just told y'all this 4
Dude, I've been
months
putting
ago.
all my fucking money in there. I'm on.
I said, you kidding me? I said, I told y'all this 4 months ago. Yeah, you did. I said, did you do it? No, I ain't. Okay, all right.
Fuck it if you don't know. If you don't invest in this shit right now, you're gonna be sorry as fuck. I know. Once I heard Pritzker was running for governor and that's what he was trying to do, I took every extra dollar I had and put it into weed companies, corporate marijuana, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because right at this very moment, when it's not legal, you can't breathe around this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it. So I know when they lift the lid off
Yeah,
that shit.
and once Illinois pop, a bunch of other places is gonna pop also.
That's just a business move. That's just being smart. That's just being logical. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a part of that culture or anything to understand that that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But let's move into something else, dude. You know what I'm saying? How's dating
Booty
going for you?
time, booty time, across the USA, booty time, booty time. Hey.
Who brought that up?
I'm watching X-Men. I'm watching
Of
that.
course it
I'm
was
watching that
X-Men.
this week.
Veterans.
I'm watching that
Veterans.
this weekend. Y'all don't know nothing about Andrew
People don't
Dice
know
Clay.
nothing about that,
Y'all don't
dog.
know about that. That Ford Fairlane. Y'all don't know nothing about that. I'm watching that this weekend.
We watching this shit on delay.
Booty time.
Booty time. Anyway, dude, how's dating going for you, man?
Fuck dating.
Next question.
No, I had to break down the numbers today for one of the young dudes because he's super thirsty. He's a virgin, and he's really, really trying really, really hard to. He think he's about to find this loving, caring woman, and he loves black women. And he think he's about to find this loving, caring woman that's about to give him the most beautiful experience in the world, and she's gonna love him to death. And I try to explain to him, I'm like, dude, don't no woman, no black woman want to deal with your issue that you have. And it's not an issue. I said, it's a blessing. I said, don't ever look down upon it. Don't ever be ashamed of being no virgin. I said, but don't, black women, they want a ready-made dude. Like that's like the toy that come out of the Cracker Jack box. It's ready to you can play with it all, you know, the little army dude that's in there. You can do, you know. I said, don't look forward to that. I said, understand. I said, get rid of your fear. Go out. You're 23. You have no children. You're a virgin.
How old is he?
He's 23. He's a virgin.
Why? Did he say he's saving it for marriage or what?
No, he needs help.
Why? Why is he still a virgin? Is he scared or
He's
what is going on, man?
I'm gonna say this, and it ain't no diss. It's just sometimes people need to hear it.
Real. Let's do it.
It's some stupid motherfuckers out here that just do not know how to behave as the times go on. You know, they dumbing men down, especially black men.
Does he have a magical delusion of what sex is? Does he think it's going to be this magical moment?
People pressure him, and I told him, I said, dude, after you bust that nut, it ain't new no more. After and I told him, I said, dude, unfortunately, it's been, you know, just, you know, and I can count on half a hand how many women that has been like special. I can like re-enter that, you know, over and over again. It's still gonna be new, but when that shit happens, that energy that's transferred between that is super. It's important. And I've been trying to explain it to him over and over again, and he's still pressuring it. He still be taking women out. He be broke. Like, how you just get paid, man? You ain't got no bills. You broke. You struggling to pay your car note. You taking these women out left and right. I said, dude, just if you take a woman out, let's say you take 50 women out a year, and you spending $120, and let's just say these first dates, these ain't you spend $120 every time.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of bread at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that's that, you know, and men, you know, that's going, they, you know, that don't understand what they doing. They hollering at 50 million women, and they taking advice from simp ass dudes like, man, if you ain't no real man, you can't buy a woman no dinner. You ain't no real man. So really? You spending money on for the chance to smell or whatever with a female.
This a virgin dude?
Yeah, this a virgin dude.
Dating.
He's dating, and women are getting over on him. As soon as they find out he's a virgin, they be like, I need a dude that already know how to knock it down. You know, thanks for the meal. And boo, boo, boo. He's broke all the time. He be taking payday advances on this shit. He behind. He got to pay them $400 every paycheck. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You broke all the time. Your hygiene is not excellent.
You don't have a father, do you?
You were sure.
Where's his father?
He got a father. I personally think
his father is henpecked.
I personally think his father was touching him growing up personally, but because he smokes like 40 going. I'm like, dude, something's wrong with you mentally. I'm like, something's going on, man.
So he got the weed and he still don't fuck nobody?
Nope, he ain't. Nope.
We need an intervention. Call up. My bad. I forgot you was even in this motherfucker, dog.
What's poppin'?
Yeah.
What's your name? What's
man,
up with you?
This Chris from Atlanta. This Chris from Atlanta,
Yo, what up,
man.
Chris, man? What's going on with
What's
you?
up, man? You know what, Big Country, I want to add on to a topic you brought up because, you know, I lost my virginity with 27. And I tell you what, front dude, you know, and I really want to add to the conversation. I really want to get I really want to give some advice to that young guy, man. I lost when I was 27. I'm glad I lost when I was 27 because I was able to, you know, compartmentalize it. I had sex the second time, almost a pregnancy scare. Mm-hmm. You know, a piece of condom fell off. I went midtown monk after that. But I want to say this, you know, to young guys out there, man. I know, you know, because I'm a midtown monk, so I'm
glad you called, man. You are the You came just in time. Yeah. Go ahead, break it down.
Yeah. You know, I've been midtown monk for like a year and a half, man, and I can tell you up front, dude. Like, even though I still watch porn, I kind of, you know, I need to cut that shit, need to cut back on that shit, but I feel like, you know, I tell guys this all the time. I tell guys this all the time, you know, for the guys out there that's virgins out there, you ain't missing nothing, man. once you had it one time or second times, and I tell you up front, dude, that shit is no fun. And I'm giving advice to this young guy, dude. When you in that clinic, I never supposed to forget I was in the clinic the first time, and the piece of condom fell off, and I'm sitting there looking. It can't. That shit was never. I'm sitting there watching this bootleg DVD. I think it was the chick or the dude got the package, and the doctor telling the dude
package.
Yeah,
I know that
dude.
bootleg DVD. I know what you talking about.
Dude, I'm watching this shit. Like I'm watching this shit. Dude, I'm watching this shit. Dude, I was watching that shit, dude. I was sitting there. I'm seeing dudes around this dude, and dudes, they got the little condom, that little condom thing, these free condoms you can get it. I'm saying I don't never ever fucking be here ever fucking again, dude. I sit there. I shit my results came back negative. I said fuck this shit. I'm going monk, bro.
Do the Michael Jackson like the River Jordan. When that shit come across, dude, that shit ain't no fun. I feel you when you say that. That shit ain't no fun. And a lot of people who are virgins, they don't listen. People that have sex, they don't tell you about this part.
Yeah.
They don't tell you about. Yes, there's time when you take an AIDS test. There is time before you know and before you don't know and you know. Yes. And during that time is not a comfortable time, dog.
Shotgun to the head. There's a lot of stress on the body.
You like shaking in your boots like, oh my God, my life finna change, man.
I remember, dude. I never forget this.
I was thinking I was drunk that night. Dude, this shit is not fun. So I'm glad you called because sex in American culture or just
now.
I remember when I was a teenager and I was like, yo, I probably died before I had sex. I need to have sex as soon as possible. But then when you have sex,
cause it's seen as a rite of passage as a man.
Exactly.
To have sex, so there's an automatic pressure that's already there to do it. You know, especially when you're young and you get all these
going
dudes
through puberty, going
through puberty, because we full of testosterone at a young age and we ready to pop. We ready to go. We got. The life living inside us, and it's ready to do its thing. So, and it's ready to do its thing. So we
blow.
Just the proper guidance,
I think,
and understanding that shit, man, because it's some pros and cons to this shit. And nowadays, women do not take care of their pussies. And I'm gonna say it just like that.
They don't know.
I tell all the young dudes, and I'm gonna preach this forever. I feel sorry for a lot of young dudes nowadays because you will never know what it's like to make love to a woman. You just fucking. I can't even say you fucking.
They'll make music for that.
You're just having sex because fucking takes some type of emotion. But having sex just to get a nut off is like going to the refrigerator and getting a glass of water when you're thirsty. It's just a means to an end. And
I'm not trying to get a death certificate for going to get a ham sandwich
in
the middle of the night.
Like I want to say this. I want to hold the line up too quick, but I never sort of forget this. I'm in the back room. I'm sitting there, and this other dude, I think he spent like 8 years in the prison. The dude just like, yeah, man, I banged like 8 bitches just in 1 week, bro. He was fresh out, spent 8 years for like a small petty drug crime. And I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, dude, don't you think you kind of slow it down here a little bit? I mean, I had sex 2 times and shit. This shit scared me to the fucking death. And dude be like, man, nah, man, I gotta fuck these hoes.
That's only smart people.
Yeah, don't listen
Chris,
to dudes.
Thank you for that call, man.
Dudes that be like, I gotta fuck these hoes. Be those career court. They be those career court dudes that's always in court. Fighting over child support or not go back to jail because they ain't paid their child support or to get their license renewed, get valid, or to even get a passport or anything like that. It's a beautiful thing and it's a curse. And nowadays it's mostly a goddamn curse because we have a bunch of women out here. These feminists.
Always legit.
I need to stop saying women. There's a bunch of feminists out here who are teaching women just the wrong shit and to lead with their vagina and men are supposed to do blase and that's it. And then you get and then these women are raising little boys to grow up to be men to take care of women. If you are in a situation, and I'm meant to talk about this too before I lose it, because I got a few phone calls this week from men, damn near in tears, because they're trying to figure out why they are running into these dead ends and struggling
With women.
in life, and why shit
in
always be
general?
happening to them. I'm gonna tell you right now. My son's mother threw me off track. I've always been full steam ahead. You know, I got to take care of, my family, me, and this, that, and the other.
Focus.
And my son's mother got me off track, and because I was questioning myself like I was a bad person. And I'm like, dude, I'm not no bad person. I'm not no bad person. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. I'm always trying to help people. You can ask anybody that know me.
They want to
I'll
make
dri-
you
I'll-
look
you
bad
know-
or label you bad, so they have
Right.
license.
They
to
just
do-
want to will use you for whatever they can
Yeah,
get
they
up
have
out of you.
license
They
to
don't
do
give a
whatever
shit if
they
you
wanna
die
do
next
to
week.
you.
They don't care.
Right, they don't care.
But I get a couple phone calls this week, and I'm like, dude, this is a sign. Whatever you are struggling with, that you feel that this keep happening to you, that means it's a sign that you need to start to take care of yourself. That don't mean you have to turn a blind eye to your children or whatever the hell. If you are unhealthy and you need to work out, or if you need to take care of whatever the hell that keeps breaking down all the time, it's just a
Super good
sign.
game.
We have
Super
to
good
maintain
game.
ourselves. You know, we spend a lot of men. We are conditioned to take care of women, and I just don't believe that's how it's supposed to go. I don't believe this is how life's supposed to go. I'm supposed to die taking care of. I'm not supposed to be happy at all. I don't believe that. I just don't. I don't believe man was the first thing it created, and then a woman was created to help a man. All that. I don't believe that I'm supposed to suffer to please some damn
Nobody
woman.
else does it.
I'm not doing
Nobody else
that.
does it but us, dog.
And I encourage all men across the planet to not do that. If you like whatever the hell, and you used to be in shape and you ain't in shape no more, and if something's preventing you from doing that, leave it alone. Go get in shape so you can feel better for yourself. If you want to learn something, I don't give a shit if it's calligraphy. Go do that shit. I don't care. If somebody is standing in the way of that, they don't care about your happiness. They don't care about you. Get away from that shit.
Man, that is the realest shit ever wrote right there. I'm going to tell y'all like this because I learned very late, and I hope that, I can enlighten someone, or we can enlighten someone with this, is that there are a lot of users out there. When people ask me
Absolutely.
what type of woman am I looking for, I say someone who is selfless and cute. You know what I'm saying? Selfless meaning that if you're in a relationship where both hands wash each other, you are in the ultimate, the optimal.
Absolutely.
Okay. If someone is willing to sacrifice their comfort, anything, just to make sure that you are okay or that you are better, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you're doing the same thing for them. That's the ultimate relationship.
Yeah.
When you look at stuff like that, then you look at what women offer nowadays is far from that. Basically, what women offer nowadays is serve me, and I may give you some pussy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you look at all the men who are okay with that setup, and you yourself are sitting there like, that don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm worth way more than this situation going down right now.
And Jay Renard, you be doing some. I need a belt from you, sir.
Yeah,
If y'all don't know, I don't mean to cut legend off. If y'all don't know, Jay Renard is dope as hell. With you need a wallet, you need a phone case, you need a belt. Hit that man up. He got. If you need a holder for your knife, because I need one too. I need to send you some dimensions and stuff.
I want to see that shit.
Jay Renard got that shit for you.
Are you trying to get the necklace or?
No, I need one. No, I need
For
one
a
for
holster,
my,
like
no,
a
I
holster.
got like my 8-inch that I need to like conceal. I need.
Jay, if you can make a holster for a subcompact 9mm, man, I would, because I'm chafing with the plastic shit, the carbon shit. It's hitting me right here. It's a bad thing. I'd rather not die, but it is uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
I need a belt though.
Wait. Enough with the commercial. But as far as women, there are a plethora of women out there that are users that don't have you in their best interests, but they know that we long for them, that we want them.
It's natural. It's our natural makeup.
It's natural. They use that natural. They use our natural attraction to women to exploit us. That's why, like, whenever you get a DM, you like, oh shit, I got a DM. But it's somebody soliciting sex or some scam to you. You know what I'm saying? You on Facebook and a fine ass woman just friends you out of the blue. Like, women don't know about this life about men, okay? And so they wonder why we feel this way about them. Like, you don't know. We get hit up all the time. Like, you get hit up with dick pics. We get hit up with bots that try to play like
empty ass
women.
Yeah.
That this is our dream. Like, man, I worked so hard to come up with something clever to say to meet a woman, to go ahead and make her acquaintance, to maybe one day we can be a couple. You know what I'm saying? This is what they exploit, that fantasy of ours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you get a DM from someone from an attractive woman saying, yo, hey, what's up? You like, oh, finally, man, a regular woman like, hey, what's up? Yeah, just pay $5.99 and I'll show you my tits.
Yep.
And it's like,
I'll be in your town. Blah, 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 blah.
And bitches is sitting up there complaining because 40 guys send them their dicks or some shit like that.
I ain't that type of girl. What?
Let me tell you. Oh, I'm so glad we talk about this shit. And we got to wrap it up, man. But here's the thing, fellas. If you are on dating apps and shit like this, here's two things to consider. Okay. First of all, dick pics would not be a thing if they didn't work.
Yeah.
Period, point blank. Sagging pants wouldn't be a thing if it didn't work. Okay?
Don't sag your pants, though, please. Please.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't tell the young dudes that, because the dudes that's not sagging their pants is not getting no ass.
Yeah.
Okay, the dudes that's sagging their pants, wearing pink, and, you know what I'm saying, acting belligerent or whatever, they're getting the ass.
Throwing their hair back.
Yeah, like you got long braids, and he like, and you like, I can't do that. I'm a man. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But you see long braids dudes getting all the bitches and shit. This is where our young men fall short because they don't have a man in the house to tell them what we're saying right now. Okay?
Like, I want y'all to look at Jamaicans. Their dreads. Whenever they throw it, it's like a whole masculine, like real Jamaican. He this is so funny.
I mean, it goes like this.
Yeah.
Blah, the shit is in my face.
Right.
Blah.
Real,
But when you get to motherfuckers with fake braids and
hold on, I gotta tell the story. I went to Real Jamaican's house one day, and I'm assuming he was recently out of the shower. I went in there. I said, "Hey man, you can't put on your own lotion." His wife put on his lotion. He said, "What I look like, man? Man don't put on lotion like this. What I look like?" I was like, "You got a point." Every time I put on lotion, I'd be doing it quick. I don't want to look a certain way. I don't want to look a certain way, man.
even while you by yourself, you don't want to be called like.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, you put on the lotion.
My legs is ass.
So ever since then, I be put on lotion quick as hell.
This shit done. Okay, cause somebody.
I don't need nothing to
Fuck
be
that.
misunderstood, man. I don't need to be done, even by myself. I don't need nothing to be misunderstood.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But when you see your mom do shit like this all the time, and you like, oh, I got long hair, so I do this shit. These young boys, they don't fucking know unless we tell them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what's up with that, man. You know, anything else you got to do, you got to close.
No,
on,
yeah. Like I was saying with between the virgin thing and being your own man, find out what that is for you. Don't let a female turn you, simp you out or thirst trap you, because there's something naturally in us, and there's nothing wrong with our natural makeup. We're supposed to be with women. Women understand this and they exploit it. So, but you have to take charge of it nowadays, so you don't destroy yourself trying to please a woman for the rest of your life. And you look up, she done got a full education. She got money and all type of crap going on, and you ain't did nothing. You ain't accomplished none of your goals. You ain't all the shit you want to experience. You ain't did none of that. Don't let your life go on. It is never too late. I don't give a shit how old. I've always believed this shit. It ain't never too late to get started on anything. Take care of yourself. Do the shit that you love. If somebody come in your life and they trying to take you away from that, leave them alone because they don't care about your happiness.
Yeah, hell yeah. She's gotta respect your happiness. Yo, what up, caller? Where you from? What's your name, man? Or lady? I'm sorry. Hello? Hello. Okay then. That's it. We about to close it up, man.
We gotta get out of here. We over, and plus I gotta feed the beast before I get an attitude. I'm hungry.
Yeah, man. Yo, just one thing I just want to say about dating, just leaving this shit, is that know your worth, man. Your value is ridiculous. I don't care, like, if you do have something to brag about, your car, your job, your career, all the accolades you did in life.
Don't brag. Enjoy it yourself, cause somebody will tear your shit down.
Yeah, if you are sitting up here waiting on somebody to give you accolades or kudos for doing the shit that you achieved, including paying last month's rent or the car note or whatever, just fucking having enough money to pay your shit and go out and have a drink or two. Okay? Let me tell you, man, that is an achievement. And for anybody to sit up here and tell you, listen, man, it's people that don't even have a fucking car that have to borrow other people's cars. And they have the nerve to say something about me or Big Country or any one of us. You have to realize what your value is. Don't be afraid to say,
Shit, I gotta change the axle on the Altima.
Yeah. You know, here's the thing that I don't understand nowadays is that a lot of my female friends get mad at me for saying that I'm better than some people. Yes, I am morally better than a lot of people. Yes, I am humble. Okay, I might have a lot going on, but I'm not going to look at you condescendingly. I'm not going to look down upon you because I'm doing better than you. But if you morally are trash, I'm going to say something.
That's how you understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Good from the bad,
yo,
dude.
You a piece of shit. I'm not.
You'll
so that makes me better than you.
You'll never know what a drug dealer, pimp, or whore, or any of the bad stuff is unless.
You cannot let females sit up here and tell you what the fuck's going on because they operate strictly on emotion. They don't have logic. They don't have a logic chip in there. It's not there. You cannot ask them a logical question. They're going to say, what's the best emotional answer?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have it. Okay? This is the fundamental difference between men and women. Okay? Once you realize this, once you respect this, a whole fucking world will open up for your ass. Okay? You will know why she said no when you thought she should have said yes. You will know why she is behaving like that and not logical. Okay? Once you understand, once you tune into the frequency of emotion, you'll know why a lot of females do what the fuck they do. Okay? And a lot of these new dudes doing what the fuck they do. Mm-hmm. Why would you wear some goofy shit like that? Because you don't like getting rejected. Okay? We got rejected, I don't know, countless times. That made us stronger.
I don't even care.
That made us stronger. We was like, oh, you ain't with it? I bet you she is.
I don't care. I was just telling Legend this. I try real hard not to laugh at women that used to be cold as hell that I run into. And
End it with this. This is about to be monumental.
They look busted. I've known some very, very beautiful, very popular, very whatever you want, anything that you can think of. I've known some women in that arena, and I see them later on. I'm like, man, you should have chose me because you would not look the way you look right now.
They hit that fucking wall.
I was at the gas station.
They hit that fucking
before
wall.
I came here, and I ran into a chick that I used to just pine over, and I'm like, do y'all understand what spill means? When you spill something, it's all over. She had on this hottie thotty outfit. Her ass was spilling out because it had no
like it was the table, like you spill a cup.
Yeah,
You spill the cup and went all over the
it
table.
went all over. Her ass cheeks were spilling. The elasticity was gone. It was
Yes,
spilling,
Wade, the wall will
it
forever
was
be
spilling
undefeated,
all
my
over
man.
the place. And
Yes.
some joker who's an alcoholic or whatever the hell is gonna be like, hey girl, you the finest thing since 40 going on. And I'm like, for real, like the milk went bad, everything has gone bad. You're 50 years old, you have 72 children, and you're still trying to catch one when your ass is spilling. Whenever your ass starts to spill, just go in hiding.
Yeah, just get out the game.
Just go in hiding. Just go in hiding. Don't go get ass injections because that makes you even look more foolish. You just have to deal with the cards that you're dealt, and that's super simple.
There, yeah. And I'm dragging this shit out some more.
Yeah,
But-
we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out. But I just want to say something. What you saying on that? Here's the thing about black women. They party until it's all gone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What's supposed to happen is when women are at their most attractiveness, I will say about 25 to 30. After 30, it's all downhill from there, and the wall is going to get more prevalent and more prevalent. But here's the thing about that. This is when they're supposed to be trying to find a husband, because men are visual. So if we see a good-looking woman, that brings us in. So if you're a good woman and you have a dope-ass personality, you're selfless and all of that, then you get married. So when you get married at this point, you grow old. You start looking ugly. You hit that wall. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because you hold it the fuck down. And that's more important than the shit that was cool 5-10 years ago. This is what it's supposed, this is how it's supposed to go. But the way it goes is that bitches start wearing bulletproof vests, tire hiders, Spanx, start putting on smackle 10 pounds of makeup and shit like that just to look normal and attract a guy. That's not natural. That's not natural. Okay? So watch out for that, because you start looking like a tranny. Okay? Not saying there's nothing wrong with trannies for people that's into that shit. But if you're a straight male looking for a girlfriend or a wife, you're not looking for a tranny. Okay? That should go without being said, right? Let's get the fuck out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight, man.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you join the board. If you have a problem, man, questions at BlackMenVent.com. Make sure you go ahead and email us, because we had some problems with some subscriptions this week. You know what I'm saying? They look like Patrick Ewing way. Is that what it is? Fuck these bitches, man. Yo, they was like, yo, you legend. You are what is it? Shallow Hal. They made a movie. Remember Shallow Hal with Jack Black?
Yeah, I remember.
Because he only liked attractive women. They were like, oh, there's so much inside. You know, why are you just going off what they look like and shit like that? But then when you get in real life and they don't fuck with you if you're not 6 feet or over, you like, yo, man, there's so much inside for this man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't you looking for that? Where's the movie for that shit? I'll be there. I'll line up for that shit. Anyway, you know what it is. Go ahead, donate. Thank y'all.
X, I was trying to accept the video thing, dude. I don't know what happened.
Tuning in. We're going to get back into it,
Yeah,
man.
appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming out. God bless y'all. Good night.
God bless. Good night, man. Thank y'all for coming out. They put the best picture first. Beware of chicks that don't have both their shoulders in the picture. If they only got one shoulder in there, they fat as fuck, dog. It's a dead end
How
clue,
do you
man.
safely divorce your wife?
You don't.
There ain't no safe way.
We're going to keep it going for ass. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do it, dog. The only way to safely divorce your wife is not to marry your wife, dog. Here's the thing, and thank you for that donation, man. Here's the thing with marrying nowadays. You have to be 380% sure that this woman will sacrifice and give for you. You need years worth of evidence. And no, don't provoke it. Just watch it. Just sit back and watch it. Oh, wow, 12 o'clock is rolling around. Sometimes people get hungry around there. Where the sandwiches at? Oh, she got the sandwiches? Okay, she been doing that shit for years? Okay, she might be a contender. Because you know what that means? Selfless.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I know you guys just did it the show, but Legend, if you guys can add this on the next one, it was just okay.
We on the show now. But that's it though, as you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's too much attitudes. Yo, if there's any type of negativity, man, yo, X, we gonna hit you back, dude, right after this. Yo, any type of negativity, any type of anything. Like, there's a lot of guys out here that figure that, yo, women shame me into being married. They say I need to grow up. I need to take some responsibility. All these is bullshit. This is a scam, dog. Okay? Women that deserve to be married, they show you why they want to get married. Okay? You shouldn't have to go ahead and say, hey, who should I marry? Who should I marry? Who should I marry? Oh, you down with it? She down with it because she only wants what the fuck she can get out of it.
Yeah, y'all see KG got popped off for 200,000.
Everybody rich is going to get popped off. I don't understand why rich people even get married. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? We could be friends. No, you think we got to get married? I'm feeling suspect. But, yo, we about to sign off, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. And that's what's up, man. We out of here.